What's going on, everybody? I forgot to put my jewels on. I can't channel without my jewels. Hope everyone's having a fabulous day. Happy Friday. Channel what's going on today. I'm Whitney Moon. I'm a tarot reader. I do general messages. So if it's not personal, don't worry. It's not really supposed to be personal. It's just supposed to be about what's going on, the energies around us, because there is so much going on. So I'm just going to give the energy a moment to get here. First message. What's going on, everybody? Aloha, aloha. Hope everyone's having a great day. I am Whitney. Welcome. Here we go. The other side. Yeah, I was just looking at my Venus flytrap because it actually caught another fly. Like, this thing is unstoppable. And I thought, oh, geez, I shouldn't be thinking about that because, like, I'm channeling, right? I shouldn't be thinking about what I'm seeing, but sometimes what I'm seeing is the channel. And then we got the other side, which is what would happen in a Venus flytrap. Dead, gone, other side. So, someone's going to the other side. But it also was in reverse, because now I got twins, and I'm thinking, was somebody on the other side, and now they're coming back from it? Then I got kind of like a ding, ding, ding in my head. It's like the twins work together on the other side, and Carol Ann gets taken on the other side. So it's almost like, and then with Poltergeist at the end, I'm like, Pinhead at the end, fucking Hellraiser. I'm like, what the fuck is he doing here? And then I'm thinking, well, this is reminding me where this chick did witchcraft and took this guy I was dating. And it was really fucked up because he was right in front of me. Still, okay, for like a couple years. but yet on the other side, if that makes sense. Okay. Because when you think about it, somebody could be right in front of you, okay, physically, but mentally, they're nowhere near you. They're somewhere else. Okay. So I was also thinking of that with my father because, you know, like I was homeless. There was times where like, you know, I've been in like really, really shitty situations, and I've been trying to get in touch with my father. And he said to me the other day, he goes, "What do you want?" And I thought to myself, like, I think about my snakes. Like I went out and bought $1,000 generator when we lost power in the winter because I thought my snakes were going to die. Okay. I thought of their life over my life. Okay. And I said to myself, and then I said it out loud to my sister, and it like really bummed her out, like really bummed us both out. But I thought to myself, like, I don't think he thinks about us at all. You know, I think he, you know, because like, how can you have a daughter who you know is alone in the world and ask her when she contacts you what she wants? What could I possibly want? Like, where are you? Like, who are you? Like, where did you go? Because like, I thought I had a really loving, amazing father, but turns out I don't. And he got taken to the other side for a sexual experience with a woman. Hey, perfectly imperfect. What's going on? Okay. And it was all for sex. It was all for gratification. It was all for a relationship. He hurt both his daughters, which a lot of people think my sister and I are twins. We get that a lot. A lot of people always think I'm way older because of my gray hair. By wisdom, I am older. I'm just kidding, but she's actually older. A lot of people do think we're twins. And I feel like, you know, somebody, you know, I take the analogy if it resonates, okay? This is all that's coming to me right now. There's Freddie, okay, with dreams, and then we have Psycho with shock and neighbors. Because again, with Psycho, he gets possessed by his mother, okay? And in The Shining, it's the father that gets possessed. And then with Rosemary's Baby, is her name Rosemary? I haven't seen it for so long. I don't know who the fuck is this short-haired lady. Is her name Rosemary? I don't know. Whatever, Rosemary. Okay. They possess to have the baby, Satan's baby. Like she starts having dreams and visions and shit of this. She knows that something's wrong. Okay. So like I knew something was wrong with this guy. Like I was like, okay, like sometimes things just don't go your way, but like why 10 years later am I still thinking about it? Why does he still come to me? Because I feel like he's still there because somebody took him away from me. It doesn't necessarily mean he wanted to date somebody else. It just means that something came into his head. He got tricked to go on to the other side. Okay. And then it was actually, he started dating somebody else. So really, it could have been for sex. She could have been better in bed than me. I don't know. I don't know. Like, she had a lot more than I did. Okay. And I didn't, still have far less than even what he has. So maybe I wasn't good enough. I don't know. But I feel like it was fine until a group of people got a hold of it. Okay. Which would be part of Poltergeist. I feel like it was fine until all these other people got whiff of it, and then suddenly it wasn't okay anymore. And then poof, like a fart in the wind, he was gone, but yet he was right in front of me. Okay. So, I think that's an analogy for somebody for sure. Okay. There's suspicion with Invasion of the Body Snatchers. And then there's Candyman. And then what happens with Candyman, right? That's the forbidden card. You're not supposed to go in. He's forbade people from going into his lair. Okay. So I feel like this could be somebody like, you know what I feel like? I feel like if you had like a boyfriend or a girlfriend suddenly just turn on you, even a family member, because like I said, I did bring up my father. Okay. Even a family member turn on you. And it was weird because there's no reason to do it. You didn't do anything. There's no physical evidence. Nobody was hurt. Nothing was done. It just all of a sudden you're on the other side and they're on this side. And you were both on the same side at one point, but now you're not. Okay, this is the analogy for you. Because it doesn't have to be sexual, nor does it have to be family related. right? It is what it is if it resonates, okay? So somebody has been having dreams, like reoccurring dreams over and over and over again. Okay. And like this person who I'm thinking of doesn't come to my dreams. I don't think I've ever seen him once in my dreams, but he comes to me when I'm awake all the time. All the time. I don't have to sleep to see him. Actually, when I fall asleep, like I say, I don't see him. I did mushrooms this one time and had a full conversation with him, with this guy. And I thought for sure this guy was my soulmate. Like I went around telling everybody about him. Okay. And I was very naive to do that because all these people started making fun of me. And this was when I first started like noticing that I had like mad psychic gifts. Okay. So I made a fool out of myself and I made a fool in front of everybody, but I didn't care. Why the fuck do I care? Like if I was in love with a person, I'm in love with a person. Why do I care if somebody judges me for it? Honestly, judge somebody for being in love with something. I can guarantee you'll never get near love if you judge people on how much they love. Okay. And I don't know where I was going with that. What else was I going to say? Oh my God, I'm in the fog. I'm in haze. I'm in full fog right now. I can't see anything. And this guy just shut his door and looked over at me. He's looking at my house. Oh, and now he's locking his... Oh, and now he's going to light his smoke that he put in his tire. Hey, that's a good spot to put a fucking relight. Oh my God. And he's still looking over here. Wow. I wonder if people can hear me sometimes because like my voice travels, but damn. He's just looking at the right time and closed his door at the right time. Closed the door at the right time. And this fucking motel, like I swear somebody's got like, you know how your mind, okay, you have like rooms in your mind, okay? Someone's got a lot of rooms in their mind and people have occupied those rooms, okay? And they're talking to this person in their head. And honestly, I did this Reiki session, I think yesterday. And I'm really bad with time. It was either yesterday or the day before. And it was from Alchemy Healing, that channel. And it was entity removal, I believe. And I had actually somebody on here, I suggested that she watch this Reiki healer. And she wrote me an email the other day and she was like, oh my God, I fell asleep. What, like, is that okay? During Reiki, like, are you supposed to fall asleep? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, they're telling usually for the most part, you're doing like visualizations under Reiki. But at the same time, if you can't visualize, then she always says just sit calmly and let the magic do its course, right? And so I was sitting there, and this is like I've done multiple sessions with this woman, multiple sessions, and I'm fucking sitting there yesterday. It's my second session. And I like fall asleep. Like I'm sitting up and everything. Okay. And I doze. I go under. Okay. I'm not asleep, but I'm like hypnotically under. Okay. And then suddenly my body like kind of worms forward and then I jolt and oh my God, I should feel the goosebumps on right now. I open my eyes and I look at the phone, which I forget I'm doing a Reiki session, and she's pulling like this. And then she, you know how they blow their hands, they wipe their hands, and then she smiles. And I went, oh my God. Like she physically pulled something out of me. I couldn't believe it because I was asleep. Anyways, it was insane. So I'm just saying, somebody might like want to do a Reiki session, okay? Or learn how to use your energy to close your doors and get everybody out of your head. Get these voices out of your head. Somebody's paranoid. I'm getting this with this card. Okay, I'm definitely getting paranoia. Okay, and paranoia isn't just there for no reason. We get paranoid for a reason. Okay, it's because of people, weirdly smoking outside of our houses that we think they might be watching us. They might be. Okay. I got this whole like download yesterday that this is all like a Truman Show and it's like not what we think it is. And I was like, okay, well, this is all just a fucking joke and somebody's TV show. Then let's fucking bust a nut on these fucking people. Honestly, like, let's fucking do it. Oh, you want a show? I'll give you a fucking show. Okay. Turn it up a notch because Whitney's about to go viral if this is a fucking TV show. Okay. Honestly, like, I give a fuck. I don't care anymore. I just want the truth. If I'm going to be here, I just want to know the truth. And I want to be able to keep my snakes. And I want to get laid. Jesus Christ, it's been like 10 years. I think I'm due for a good sex session. But who knows? Because a lot of people say that I'm not worth it. What up, Divine? Okay. So, whoever has been taken to the other side, okay, lies. This is, I'm pretty sure this is the movie that is like the Truman Show. Everything, the whole town is lies. Like, look at what it says. Conform. Oh, it's all backwards, but it says watch TV, consume, buy, submit, conform. All lies. What up, Danny? Okay, all lies. And then Wonder of the World, King Kong. Like, okay, the way that I see this would be everybody else is getting conformed. Okay, everybody else is doing what everybody else wants to do. Okay, but you don't. You find a way to break away. And it looks like you got a sidekick with you. Okay, so keep that faith alive. Okay, that whatever this is that has gone to the other side, just like Carol Ann, imagine it coming back. Okay, and there's a lot of like alchemy sessions that this lady does. And it's like, you know, it's like heal your trauma. Okay, and like this shit works. I thought Reiki was like full of shit. Okay, I like served this one chick when I was working. She was doing this like Reiki school across the street or something, and I was like, "There's a Reiki school across the street," and she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm learning blah blah blah." And I'm like, I don't know what to say. It's like tarot school. Like, what the fuck? But they actually exist. It's crazy. But I thought it was like full of shit. Okay, because that's the thing is like so many people out there are full of shit. They just want to steal your energy. They just want to say that they're doing something good for you, but really they're like siphoning off you, right? But this is like, remember, Carol Ann comes back because people believe in her. Okay, they know that she was there and then she was gone. So if somebody was there and they were gone, why are they suddenly gone? Figure out why they left. Because if you can figure out why they left, then you can get them to come back home. Okay, it's something like that. Okay, like again, it's an analogy. Okay, it's like if a dog runs away. Okay, oh my God, I lived with this chick and her dog got away and she chased him for miles. She called the Humane Society. They chased him for miles. They kept saying, just go home, just go home. He knows where home is. If he wants to come home, he'll come home because you can't keep chasing him like this. And sure enough, after like 4 hours, the fucking dog came home. Okay, and there was this one time I lost him and he was kind of like, he was beaten or something. So he was a little bit scary and he got out and he took a fucking bite at this guy, but he slipped on ice. The dog slipped on ice and I was able to catch him. And I was like, I swear to fucking God, like if he ran away, if I hadn't caught him when I did and he had just run away, I would have just called the Humane Society to tell him just to put him down because he was so vicious and he was such a nasty dog to the point, like if you can't go and grab a dog, like why do you have them? Like, because clearly there's an issue there, right? So there's family. I feel like there's a family member out there that is very angry or somebody's angry as fuck. Okay. And sometimes, I mean, no matter how perfect you think you can be, okay, perfectly imperfect, like, okay, like no matter how perfect you think you can be, people are never going to see you as that, okay, if they don't want to. And then I read this quote today, this artist that I watch on Instagram, and she put up this picture of herself, and it was, I don't remember the exact quote, but she was quoting somebody else, but it was saying, you know, you could be exposed and bleeding and it's still not going to change their mind. Right. And I realized that when I sent my father this message that was coming out of me and I didn't know how else to send it because I can't call him. So I recorded it and I released it to the public. I released it to everybody because it was at that point where I knew that whatever my father was holding back from me, whatever side he's on, he's not on my side. And I could cry, I could break, I could lose it right in front of him. And he's still gonna be the arrogant fuck that he is. And I found out today, he sent me a message this morning that said he's like the fucking property manager of this little fucking old Simers fucking little fucking neighborhood place that he lives at. What up, Adam? Okay. And he manages all these properties. And I'm like, your daughters have been looking for somewhere to live for 2 years. You told me you flat out refused to help me no matter if I needed help or not. And now I find out that you're like the president of this like fucking property management company. Like, I hope you burn and rot in hell. I really do. I really fucking do. With all your money and your fucking wife right beside you. And I hope that one day you're just as poverty-ridden as me or even worse. And then maybe you'll realize how fucking what arrogance really gets you. You know what I mean? Because the way that I saw it, I was like, this motherfucker's bragging. He's bragging in an email about how successful he is right now. Is this a joke? Like, is he joking? Is my father actually, is this a joke? Because then I'm like, this might be a TV show. Because like the things that come out of my father's mouth, I'm like, this is a joke. Like somebody is paying to put things in my father's mouth and have him say it. Because there's no way a person in their mind would say the shit that comes out of his mouth. He's obviously programmed, brainwashed. I'm like, dude, you're delusional. Like you're absolutely like he's slightly retarded. He doesn't know what's going on. He thinks he does because he's the mayor of some fucking town. That's nice. What were the credentials to get in exactly? Did you even have to do an application to get the job? I'm pretty sure it's just because you were there and nobody else wanted to do it. Okay, so don't claim to be smart right now where you just watched your daughters die and come back from the dead. Okay, so the way that I saw this, and I saw this a long time ago, it was about 5 years ago, I said to my sister, I go, with all these people that spread lies, okay, just remember that one day they're going to forget the lies that they told. Okay, I know I'm slightly retarded too. It's called dyslexia and I love it. But other people, okay, what was I just saying? I totally forgot what I was saying. I don't know, something about dyslexia and everything, but it's kind of is, oh yeah, but the thing about 5 years ago, I was like, these people that tell these lies, okay, unless they have them all written down in their notebook, okay, and very finely organized, might I add, they are not going to remember these lies, okay? And what's going to be funny is they're going to get tested on them. Because they said that the lie was the truth. And if it was the truth, then you shouldn't have to think about it. It should kind of already be there, right? Like sometimes your memories fade. It takes a little bit to come back. But a lie is not a memory. A lie is just a lie. It's a manipulation of information. Okay, therefore your brain has no way of actually remembering it if it wasn't a memory because it's not, it's a lie. Okay, so give these people 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years, and they're going to forget what these lies are about. Okay, and that's why I recently asked to meet with my father and my stepmother because my stepmother has said that my sister and I are this problem, but yet she won't say what the problem is. So I said, fine, we can all meet and we can finally talk about this after 20 years. I want to know what the problem is. And now all of a sudden, he tells me this morning I have to apologize to him and show proof of remorse if I want to get anywhere near him or his wife. So again, narcissistic point of view, here we go. So they can't control me just coming over and trying to fix the situation. So now they're going to say, I have to apologize to them. Okay, and I have to show proof of apology. Like, I don't even know what that means. Like proof of apology? Proof? Yeah, proof? Proof? I'm not sorry. What am I sorry about? Let alone proving that I'm sorry? I said I wanted to talk to your wife because she's been lying for 20 fucking years. Okay, so again, how these people get to the other side, it's usually pussy, okay? And if they stay on the other side, then that pussy's got to be good. And not only does it got to be good, but these bitches got to believe their lies, okay? They have to believe every lie that they told. And they might have a lie. They might have a book of lies. And if they do have a book of lies, guess what? Somebody's going to find it. And if their little book of lies is in their head, guess what? is slowly going to be erased like memory does, okay? Because it's not the truth. It's a lie. Oh my God. Honestly, this motherfucker, I wouldn't doubt. He said to me, I've sent him over 25 harassment emails. I said, harassment emails? I'm your daughter. I've been trying to contact you. Sorry that I speak in a language that you don't like that says fuck you all the time. You abandoned me. You don't deserve anything more, but at least I'm speaking to you, right? And he gives me ultimatums all the time. Like an abusive piece of shit would, which is why I call him abusive piece of shit. Stop telling me what to fucking do. I'm not this 12-year-old daughter anymore. I'm 39 years old. Have some fucking respect. You want me to respect you, but you don't want to give any respect to me because you're my father? My fucking faggot father? That's nice. I don't really give a fuck. Like, I just can't believe the way that people act, and then they want you to respect them? I'm sorry. What did you do that just showed me respect? Other than telling me that thou shalt submit or I'm not a part of your life? Okay, that's like abuse upon abuse. And I know that a lot of us have been born and raised on abusive relationships that give us ultimatums. And if we don't follow the ultimatums, then they're not going to be a part of our life anymore. And the really funny part of that is fine. Get the fuck out of here. You want to disrespect me and just claim that you deserve respect because of your status, your title? He doesn't have a title in my life anymore. He's not my father. He hasn't been my father for like fucking 30 years. So you don't have a title. You're nothing. I'm trying to speak to you because you came in my mother and I've got your fucking DNA, bitch, all up in me. So you want to act like you don't have a daughter just so you can fuck around and be the president of some fucking little palace that you've created all in your fucking mind? That's all fine. But one day the palace is going to drop. The tower's going to come down and my father's going to have nobody. His dad's 87 years old. Once he dies, he's got nothing. He's got his wife left, okay? And it's her kid, not his kids. So he's going to have nobody left. And like, that's actually really awesome that he's going to have nobody left because a lot of these people are going to be left alone because they chose death instead of life. And I physically, like one of these visions that I saw today, okay, it was like this rich kind of family. Okay, it was like in a mansion too. It was really weird. And this man was dressed in all white and his wife was there. He kind of looked like he was dressed like a captain of a boat, but they were in a mansion. I don't know. Okay. And he had two boys beside him. Okay. And one of the boys definitely looked troubled. Okay. He looked like 17 years old. His tie wasn't tied properly, but he was still wearing a suit. Okay. And, you know, his like shirt wasn't really tucked in. He was a little bit messy. And then there was like a younger son behind or beside the messy looking kid. And this man was supposed to introduce his sons to everybody in this party. But instead, somebody comes walking through the door. Some important person in the vision comes walking through the door and he physically pushes his sons out of the way and shakes the guy's hand. And then he like in the vision, the kids just disappear. Okay, and then he walks off with his wife in his arm and this person, this very valuable person that walked through the door. And the way that the analogy came through was there are so many rich parents out there who massively fuck over their kids, will not take responsibility for that because they say they were abused by their parents and you should just get over it, sweep it under the rug. Okay. And they were supposed to give their children opportunities. Okay. Whether it was to be a drummer, okay, or to be, you know, a fucking famous writer or to just go work at Wendy's, whatever it was, you should allow your child to find their way. Okay. And whoever this father was, they needed to meet that man. Okay. And the fact that they were pushed out of the way because he wasn't dressed properly and he didn't have a job and his father wasn't proud of him, he wasn't to meet anybody. And it was so like, and then the vision was done and it was gone. And I was kind of left stunned, like, wow, you know, it doesn't matter how much money you have. If you don't want a kid or if you're embarrassed by your kid or if you don't like your kid, you will just push them out of the way and take the opportunity for yourself. Okay. And those are the parents that are kind of coming up like face to face with a lot of like, I mean, every parent will have their time on whatever it is that they did at that, you know, in their time. All right. But it's just funny to kind of sometimes, or ironic sometimes, to watch it go down, because these people that in one point of their life claim to have it all, even though their children aren't there, but the things that they bought with their money are there. And that's why I said, I told my father, I go, you're surrounded by frivolous items that mean nothing to you while your daughters are in danger. So you can, you know, summarize your life and dictate it however way you want. But theory goes and truth goes, you're just choosing the easier route and acting like there isn't a problem when really there is. Okay. And you know, these actors, they can only play a part for so long. They will eventually lose the role. Okay. And there's the Knight of Swords, but in reverse, with battles and an opponent. Okay, so it does seem like somebody has been lying. A Knight of Swords in reverse would be lying. There's potential for success with Seven of Pentacles and then theft. I can't make this up if I tried. Honestly, I can't even lie if I tried. I'm such a bad liar because I don't lie. That's 7-7. Ooh. 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Swords. 4 of Wands on the bottom. And then I'm going to take this. It's the 5 of Cups, but in reverse. There's anxiety. King of Swords. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. There's the Fool in reverse. Stalemate, crossroads. I'm telling you, there's a reason why I channel these random messages about my fucking father and all this bullshit, okay? Because, like, I don't want to talk about it, but at the same time, there's so many, like, morals in there and, like, so many, you know, good things that I can tell collective to stay away from, because my father is such a narcissist that it's, like, the perfect role that he's playing to show everybody else, okay? So with this stalemate and then the world underneath in reverse, okay, it means a cycle is ongoing. Okay, it won't stop because somebody's keeping it going, okay? Keeping lies alive, okay? And you can't keep lies alive because they're not memories. It's not the truth. Lies will fold, you know, as they say, when their time is up and when people stop believing in them, okay? When people actually start to ask, is there any proof of that? Like, do you have any proof of this shit that you say? Because if you do, awesome. Okay, I can believe you. But I'm not really believing this, like, he said, she said bullshit about people anymore. Okay, because honestly, people want to talk shit, and, like, they talk shit because their ego gets hurt. They talk shit because they think that you don't like them. They talk shit just to talk, just to be heard, just to say something, just to make fucking chit chat in the lunchroom. Okay, like, it's sad. Okay. So somebody has stolen, you know, truth away from you. And to be honest, there's a lot of anxiety wrapped around this person right now, because whatever these lies did, it physically put some type of crossroads in your life and it affected you. Okay. And you know, when you think about doing something, okay, like, you know, you're so angry at your parents, you're like, I swear I could kill my parents right now, but you don't actually do it. Okay, because you think. And then you go like, okay, maybe that's actually not the smart thing to do, because, you know, your conscience kicks in. This person, they went to do something, and because they lost something, okay, and they took it out on you, okay, and they assumed that what they were going to do is going to be fine because they were just allowed to do it. You know, God's entitled. Actually, Satan's entitled, okay? I can do whatever I want. I can steal, blah, blah, blah. They took a risk on this theft because they saw a potential for success. But the potential for success lied to them because it wasn't their success they were reading. It was collective success. Okay, this person was never going to be successful in something that they don't do. Okay, it's like, you know what I'm getting? Deep End of the Ocean. I don't know if you ever saw that movie way back in the day with Pfeiffer's in it, and she goes to this like fucking huge like hall thing. Okay, it's like some type of exhibition or something like that. Okay, and she's with all of her kids. I don't know why the fuck she brings all of the kids, but she's got like 3 kids with her, and she loses a kid, and the kid gets kidnapped. Okay, and then like 10 years later, she finds him. He like starts mowing her lawn. He just suddenly shows up at her door, and he's just a young kid, and he's like, can I cut your grass? And she's like, okay, she doesn't tell him, obviously, I think you're my kid, but then she finds him. But I'm just saying, she still lost him. Okay, so this would be like, and she finds out at the end of the movie that it was her boss or somebody she worked with that took her kid, which was even worse. Because then if you think about it, if this was like more like a Denzel Washington kind of movie, okay, that mother would have like struck back, okay? This is that case where somebody lost something and then they came to your door as if they could just get a new one. And in the movie, I believe the woman who steals Pfeiffer's kid lost her kid, I think. And then so she steals Pfeiffer's kid. I don't know. Pretty fucked up what women do, okay? When they want to be mothers, all right, they are willing to fucking take people. There's departure. Literally. They're willing to, take kids, slap them on a train, and send them to the other side of the world. Literally, that's exactly what they did to little fucking, what's the Godfather's name? The Don? I know it's the Don. I don't know. That's what they did to the Godfather. They just shipped him off, sent him off to United States. Like, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. I mean, it worked out for him, but thank gosh. So I don't know. Like, somebody seems to have... Why is that flipped? That's flipped too. What? Why are these flipped? Weird. What? Okay. We got a bunch of cards, like, flipped and shit. We have the Lovers. We have the 9 of Cups. We have Temperance. We have the Moon. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Cups. Judgment. 3 of Cups. And then the 8 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like whatever this has done to somebody's life, it's created like a lot of space. Okay, and that space is going to be filled pretty quickly. Okay, there's something coming through because of this cycle that you got stuck in. Okay, because somebody wanted something and they just took it from you as if you were the answer. Okay, it's now their judgment. And when they reach judgment, judgment's going to see that what's in their hand is yours. And it wasn't supposed... Did you just hear that bang? Okay, affirmation. What they have in their hand is not theirs. It's yours. So now they have to say, well, why do you have something in your hand that's not yours? And judgment will have to make that decision for them on if it's good or if it's bad. This is a big judgment for somebody that seems like they're kind of full of shit, all right? So be careful out there. There's the Hangman. Somebody, this because they lost something, just because you lose something in your life, if you lose it, sometimes, like you can't just go and take somebody else's, right? Maybe sometimes why we lose things is because we're careless with it. Okay, I'm going to wait for the next message to come in here. All right. Next message. Chariot. Judgment. Lovers, the Tower. Like, I have a feeling there's a couple people getting kicked out of towers. You know what I mean? Like, a couple people are getting kicked out of towers. And I don't think collective's got anything to do with it, but they're going to benefit from it somehow. Okay? Okay, so Knight of Wands, Three of Wands in reverse. It's like, I feel like somebody's going to break up. And they're heading straight for it. Okay. Oh my God. Look at this. There's death. The cemetery gates. Okay. There's death. There's the Queen of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like I feel like the woman is going to stay at home and the man possibly could be getting kicked out. There's another queen, Queen of Wands. I feel like the queens take the tower while the knights move on. Okay, so it seems like a lot of this is just metaphorical, okay? Like, it literally is just an analogy. It seems like I also kind of feel as if whoever these dancers are, those dancers in the labyrinth, okay, I feel like they are going to be asked to leave. And like, I don't think they're going to be asked to leave. I think they're going to be escorted out. You know what I mean? And it's the Scorpio energy of death. Like, they're not going to be able to, I don't think, get through not like getting around death. I don't think they're going to be able to get around it. Okay. Because something's coming in for them, which means they can't die because they've got, 9 pentacles coming in for them. Okay. So that's not a dying issue. Okay. But these dancers coming face to face with judgment is a dying issue. Okay. Because if they don't pass their judgment, I just heard they don't pass go. They don't collect their $200. If they don't collect their $200, they're not staying in the castle because then they can't pay their rent. Okay, which, like, imagine $200 a month rent. Jesus, that'd be fucking nice. Okay, so they get kicked out of the tower, and then the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands take over. Well. There's the Star. There's the World. There's the Ace of Wands. Okay. There's the Four of Wands. And then the Six of Wands. Look at all these wands. Okay. Everywhere. Fire energy everywhere. Okay. Fire energy taking over this bitch. There's also Cancer and Gemini here. And then Scorpio. And then Aquarius just showed up. And then the World card. So I believe that a new cycle is coming, and it's got a lot of fire involved with it. A lot of fire. That's what, like, it's almost as if this Knight of Candles, where we started off, took your fire with this Three of Candles in reverse. They took the Three of Wands on you. So what, to have a relationship? I don't know. My nose is like super itchy. King of Wands. This is what I'm talking about. This motherfucker. The Fire King. Well, fuck you. I don't think he actually is the Fire King. I think you are. And like, King, Queen doesn't matter. Okay, take one of those dates. There's death, or there's the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, with Justice. So there's Libra energy. Okay, and it's like justice prevails. I feel like I just put it on top of the tower. Justice prevails. Seven of Pentacles. Somebody's been working hard. Like, if they can't pay their rent, then you can swing it. So you're like, well, fuck, if you can't pay for your house and I can pay for it, get the fuck out. And universe is like, yep, well, we might as well, we have to give it to somebody. We can't just let nobody have it, right? So I don't know if something's going to happen with their job or something. There's the Hierophant. Okay, so somebody could be learning now, ooh, with the Emperor underneath, geez Louise, and the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like something new is going to come. It's like a new Santa Claus is anointed. You know, like somebody is getting a new job. And this other person was really hoping that they were going to stay in that position for a lot longer. And they don't. And maybe they're saying they deserve to stay in that position because of some type of relationship. And the universe is like, no, you don't get to just stay here because your husband or your wife. Like, if you actually have some reason to be here, you know, then, you know, like, I feel like sometimes too, if someone's not doing anything with anything that they're doing here, then why are they here? Right? So it's almost like that. They think that they can take up this spot. And it's a very valuable spot. Okay. And I'm not saying that their life isn't worth living or something like that. But I'm saying that the position that they are hoping to keep, okay, and remain in, it has to go to somebody else now. They can't, they have shown that they're not responsible enough in that position. And that they can't just have it because of somebody else. It's like there's always another Mrs. Claus. You think there's only one Mrs. Claus? No. You think there's only one Santa Claus? No. Okay, there's been multiple Mr. and Mrs. Okay, you don't. Same with presidents. You think the one president has stayed president forever? No. Same with God. Okay, sometimes I feel like he changes too. Okay, like, so people can't hold their position forever. And it is a funny illusion to believe that you get a position forever. That's why the universe is like, some people are just like, okay, they don't get it. They think they get to stay in positions because the way they look. They get to stay in positions because of the way of who they are or their last name, but they're straight up not doing the job. They're abusing people. People are getting hurt along the way. And it's like, that's where it has to stop, because you don't just get to have a relationship because you want to be with somebody. Unless that relationship is going to do something for society, like create a good family, be a good supporting system, right? Like create an awesome kick-ass company. Why would you feel like you just get a relationship just for the fuck of it? Right? Because I don't really feel like a lot of collective is here just to get in relationships for the fuck of it. Right? You either get into a relationship because you fucking want to and there's something that you can do with it, or you just end up staying single because what the fuck is the point? Okay, like, yeah, I'm sure it would be easier with more income and having a dude around, but really, is that why you choose to have a relationship? Because it's more money, right? That's, again, not the right attitude for this. Because money, in the end, is not going to be there when it's just you and them left in a room. Okay, you can't throw money at a conversation. Okay, so somebody is, you know, it's you know what that's saying? It's like, dress for the part that you want, not the job that you have. Something like that. Just for the job that you want, not the job that you have. And I remember saying that to my sister, like maybe a year ago, and she thought it was the funniest thing because she'd never heard it before. And she was wearing like a Superman shirt that day, and I was like, just for the job that you want, not the job that you have. And she thought it was the funniest. And it really was, because the shirt she was wearing that day, I was like, if that's what you, or it's like a Batman shirt, I think. I don't know. And she thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And I was like, it's just, like, it's a thing though. And she's like, oh, she thought I just made it up. And I was like, no. I know I'm funny, but like, I'm not that classic funny. Okay. And yeah, you know, I told somebody to dress up and go and do something the other day, and they nailed it. I'm like, that's, put a little bit of class in that ass and get the pot. You know what I mean? No one's going to like you if you're yelling and screaming. Hello, ponytail. Honestly, I'm way too old for these people. But I'm not too old to look. Damn. I love me a good ponytail, too. I'm not going to lie. I like ponytails on dudes. I don't know why. It's so weird. I don't even put my own hair in a ponytail. Looks like he's taking secret containers out of a box. it's like oxygen tanks. Oh yeah, get those knee pads. Guy fucking knows what he's doing. God, I love people watching so much. I have to remember I'm live. I am people watching. I am sorry. Hey, his ponytail really fucking struck me. Okay, I'm going to do one more reading, and then I have to go. It's going to be kind of a weird weekend. I don't even know, like, if I'm even going to be around on Sunday. I got to work. I got so much to do this weekend, so catch me while you can, you know what I mean? I knew it! I knew that was the witchcraft card. I could smell it. I don't do those corners on very many cards. I could see the corner poking out. There's eyeglasses and the tower. And I tell you, I smelt witchcraft today. I know it's out there. I know somebody fucked with me. And it's just whether or not somebody else is going to realize that they got fucked with too, okay? We both got fucked with. And that's the thing with witchcraft. There's emotional as fuck and sickness. Ooh. Okay, so whoever you are dealing with, somebody put a fucking spell on you, okay? And it's coming through so much today, okay? They did some type of witchcraft, okay? I don't know if they actually, like, worked with a doll. But... okay, let's bring up some attributes that could be associated with this spell, and then you can see if it is, you know, resignatable to you. Okay, what? Tell me about this witchcraft. Okay. Tell me about the witchcraft. Well, the first card that showed itself, what up, Russia? Okay, is cult members. Okay, that was the first card. Okay, then we have Voodoo King. Okay, we also have Clearing. We have Lady of Law. We have Fire Angry Bitch. We have Trouble with Money. We have You've Been Overthinking This. So someone's been thinking about something for a long time. And I'm going to tell you why you've been thinking about it for so long is because it got manipulated. Okay, which means it got taken away from you and you didn't get to make your decision on it. Somebody made that decision for you. That's what this witchcraft is. Okay, there's United Kingdom. Then we have Premature Charming Virgin. We have Guardian Watcher, King of Cups. We have Spark with Creation. We have Poor Homeless, Hard Times. We have Substance Abuse. We have Spell Work. I told us so. There's the Nine of Wands with Strong Ingenuity and Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Okay, so whoever did this spell did it continuously for a while. Okay, you could have, they might have done so much witchcraft that it actually almost like made you lose a job, made you lose a lot of money, so then you could maybe be under their spell, okay, under their control. They wanted to control you, okay. The thing is, I feel like you have cleared this person away from you. but I can't say for sure. There's holding back. See, someone's been holding back, and they're holding back because of this witchcraft. And they think that, you know, like that's the thing. If you go to do something and you feel it in your mind, you want to do something, and then something stops you all of a sudden for no reason, just no, don't do it. She doesn't like you. He doesn't like you. They don't want to hear your call. And then you get that hesitation. Okay, that's what the spell work is. The only way to beat it is to follow through with everything that comes to your mind when you actually want to do it. Okay, so if you feel like this is you, okay, and you go to do something, you go to like talk to somebody, and then you get the whole like, hold up, you know, stop, put your phone down, nobody wants to talk to you, then you know you're under witchcraft. Okay, because your body and your soul is telling you to do something. Why would it tell you to do something if it's going to jeopardize you? It wouldn't. But something would tell you secondhand or third person not to do it because they want to hurt you. Okay, there's infatuated with won't move on. Whoever this person is that's doing this against you, you might not be with them, but it doesn't mean that they're not continuing the witchcraft. They could still be keeping you from doing something. Even though you're not with them, even though you have nothing to do with them, doesn't matter. There's cheater, pumpkin eater. Okay, you might have even cheated on this person to get away from them because you didn't want to be with them. Okay, you might have tried to cheat on them multiple times too, but it didn't work. Okay, because I think you would have known once you slept with somebody else, then they would go away, right? They would break up with you, but you never got there. Like maybe all of a sudden they were like, oh, you want to swing? Okay, well, so do I. Oh, you like girls? Well, so do I. And it seemed like everything you tried to do backfired. Okay, there's family. Okay, you could have stayed with them because they had a family. You didn't want to just leave. Maybe you felt financially responsible for them. Okay, there's Mexican. All right, you could have like met somebody in Mexico or had somebody move in. Okay, there's Canadian and Italian. Italian stallion. There's a lot of different races and, you know, shit coming in, okay? Stand still with blockage, see? There's for sale. Okay, so whoever's doing this witchcraft, okay, they got into your veins somehow. I don't know how, but they got in there. Okay, but now your energy is up for sale again. So whatever it is, it's like you've got this open window to get away from the witchcraft. Obviously, they stepped away from the altar, the spell. I mean, if you try to do witchcraft, you have to continually do it. Okay, like spells, bad or good, need to be constantly worked on, okay, if it's something that's in the physical. This person might have stepped away from the altar. They're not doing the spell anymore because they're concentrating on something else, which means the universe opened up a window knowing that this person wasn't working on it. This is the only window that you have. These windows are going to come and go. This window will happen again, okay? But right now the window is open, which is surprising because I've been able to keep my window open this whole reading. Even though there's been people out there, no one's been making any noise, which I find very ironic because usually by this time I have to shut it. Okay, what up, Monica? Okay, but I'm keeping it open now. Okay, so that's why I feel like this little open window because this spell work is not being performed right now. So you have an opportunity. Okay, especially if it's got something to do with money. Okay, stay-at-home parent. This person could be a stay-at-home parent, which is why it's so hard to get them to stop doing the witchcraft because they're always at home. This person doesn't go to work. But they're busy right now. Maybe they're busy because they've got a family. Maybe they're camping or something like that. Okay, there's institution. Maybe they're in school. Maybe because it's summer, they can give their kids to like their grandma who's got a couple of weeks off and they can go to school for a bit so they're not concentrating on the spell work. Okay, there's long, hard harvest. I'm going to tell you, this has been going on for a long time. Okay, the 7 on the card has been circled. I feel like this could be 7 years. Okay, or it could be 21 years. It could be times 3 at this point, or it could be 14. Okay, if it makes sense, it makes sense. Okay, and then equality, balance, and fairness. This is coming around now because this harvest has physically been so unfair. They keep taking this person and everything that the relationship would have gained together. And the second that you two get together, the second you meet, it's going to be fucked. Don't be surprised if like you feel like the next week you want to get married or move in with each other. It's because the energy has been held back for so long because of witchcraft, which means it's getting put back on you right now. All those feelings, it's all going to come back because whatever this witch is preoccupied with right now, okay, collective can slip under the radar. Thank goodness for fucking holidays. And like kids are like just about to get out of school. So parents are like, it's like the last week of school. So like, and like the little ones around here. So parents are like pulling their kids out. Who gives a fuck in the last week of school? You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like they're not doing this work right now, because they're hanging out with their kids. And it's like, thank God. Like, oh, see? Roof. Okay, but in reverse, I was going to go like this, in reverse. Roof, see, they're not at home right now. Oh my God, this is why. I mean, I'm telling you, if you feel like you need to do something, do it. Please don't get hurt. Don't do anything where you feel like you're going to get hurt. Like, don't just, like, this is my sign to go bungee jump. No, it's not what I'm fucking saying. This has something to do with somebody. And don't go back to somebody who beat the shit out of you or fucking, they raped you or something. No. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. Where are we at? 137. I like it. Are we going to say anything else? There's Mothman prophecies. So there's been some type of vision about this already. Okay, you might have had somebody tell you about this person. Like maybe you saw a psychic a long time ago and they told you about this person that you were dating. Okay, but you were like, okay, well, that's not going to work out. I don't even really like them and blah, blah, blah. Maybe the whole premonition turned you off of the person because that was a part of the spell. That was a part of the spell. I mean, you don't want to know that you're going to marry somebody, okay, if at that point in your life, you want nothing to do with marriage or getting with anybody or even possibly settling down. Okay, so somebody's premonition could have really turned you off. Right? And been like, ugh, the fuck? I don't want to be with them. And then now, 20 years later, I'm going to say, actually, yes, you do. Okay? Yes, you do. Because the witchcraft is gone now. Watch for the signs. Okay? That's what I mean. Like, these messages won't be for everybody. So watch for the signs. If you feel like they're an indicator for you, if you feel like this is for you, this is an affirmation for you, then fucking take it. It's for you. Okay? There's America with southern states. Okay, and then there's Caught Off Guard. Okay, we also have Cemetery Gates, we have The Mist, and we have The Crow. Okay, so something that was killed off, okay, is coming back to life, which is why The Crow would be here, because you know they get killed on Devil's Night, right? And then he comes back. I mean, Shelley comes back to get him once he finishes killing everybody, right? But there's The Mist. It's like, I feel like the man is going to come back, okay? This man is going to come back, okay? This man was taken, okay? And he had to go and do this huge thing, okay? He had to go do this huge mission. There was people he had to go see. There's people he had to do because of whatever this witch did to him. It changed the course of his life. And you know what's so fucking weird? I just saw my last name up here. So I don't know what the fuck that means, but yeah. So, and now I'm getting the song again in my head. It's called Wasted Years by this band called Cold. And it's all I can hear is it's nothing left but wasted years. It's nothing left but wasted years. Like, unfortunately, whatever this witch did, she wasted years of your life without this person. Years. And I mean, she'll have to pay for that. You have to pay for this shit. And it just really sucks because sometimes witchcraft is so strong that no matter how strong we are as readers or as witches or as, we can't see through other people's illusions that they create around witchcraft. That's why it's so dangerous to do. I mean, especially regarding relationships, like manipulation is manipulation. I mean, you have to pay the price for that when the time comes, right? Taking something against their will, because I feel like somebody was taken against their will. And whoever they had a relationship with in this time period, they didn't want to be with. But it was forced, it was like they were forced to be there for some reason. And that force was the witchcraft. This witch claimed her territory over somebody. right? And then they couldn't leave. It was she claimed them as hers. The guy might as well have signed a fucking marriage contract, but yet there was no marriage contract. You know what I mean? She might have made one up. She might have made one up and signed your name on it, which I got too. Like a couple of weeks ago, I had that vision. Somebody had signed a contract with somebody's name on it, and the person was right there going, that's not my signature. I didn't sign my name. That's not my name. So, I don't know. Be very careful, okay? And, I mean, if something comes back to you, if you feel like something you want to, you know, go back to somebody or talk to somebody or, you know, talk to another boss or, you know, like sometimes the tower is coming down. So, whatever this is, like I said, the witchcraft is on mute. I just heard it's on mute. Okay, so it's just not playing in your head. So you're not listening to it. Wow, conjuring. Oh my God, stage, delusional. Oh my gosh. Okay, they did some type of jar spell. Okay, they might have did it like that. Could be their love spell. They take the jar and they put all these roses and then they do like, I think that's what you use for love spells. I think it's roses. I don't know. I couldn't say for sure, but fucking witchcraft, man. I don't even fucking do witchcraft because it's dangerous as hell, and like I don't need to do something like that when I can just manifest it naturally. But you know, to each their own. Okay, to each their own. And anyways, I'm going to peace out. Okay. I hope everybody has a great Friday night. All right. Have a drink for me. I'll be also going to work. Whoops. Thanks, everybody. You're always so nice about my father. He's such a fucking asshole. And like, you know, I hate to bring him up. Like, I'm going to say it over and over and over again because I really hate to bring him up. Oh my gosh, Adam, I told you can't swear in the chat. I got you though, girl. I did highlight the message that was hidden. I keep meaning to take that off. Honestly, you guys never, like, I don't care if there's swearing. I just don't want any vulgar shit. But like, I think I keep telling myself I'm gonna take the guidelines off, and then I forget. Hopefully, I'll remember tomorrow. I have a really weird day tomorrow, so I don't even know if you're gonna see me tomorrow or not. And that's the same with Sunday. I can't say for sure that I'm going to be around. So I don't even know for the shorts either. Shorts probably tomorrow. I'll be able to do some short messages tomorrow so you can watch for those. But I don't think I'm going to be around for a live unless I go live late. But then again with Sunday, I'm kind of gone all day. So yeah, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And always, like I say, and hopefully I'll be back tomorrow. But if I'm not, then either I'll be back Sunday or Monday. I don't really fucking know. I don't really know my schedule. I don't really know. Like, it's just because I'm home doesn't mean that I have time. So I will be back anyways. So thank you for this. It was an awesome reading. I hope it helped if it did anybody. And obviously, welcome to all the new people. Okay, welcome. Always great to have you. Okay, and yeah, send your telepathic questions in. And that's it. Peace out, people. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Have a good one. And I will talk to you all later. All right. See ya.